unbelievable 2020?
Well, we had a very upbeat start, I have to say, in Poland with our friends Grażyna and Jarek, who invited us to their beautiful home in Milanowic, just outside of Warsaw. And we had some beautiful days there after visiting our Hungarian friends, Horvat family in Budapest. End of January, like in previous years, I went skiing to the Engadine to catch up actually with friends from the UK, from Switzerland and China. And I was accompanied by my old former colleague and good friend Wolfgang, who is a very good and very ambitious skier. So during these days we skied all the famous runs of the Engadine, Piz Corvac, Piz Ner, Piz Lagal, Diavoleța, and Wolfgang always tried to be ahead of me. While actually my Mitzi stayed at home preparing the 20th anniversary of her ballet school, Princesa Xenia.
I was in a deep contemplation and prayer, asking what I have to do with my school. I mean, to stop it, it would be a tragedy. To continue it would be so difficult. And I was reading the Psalms of King David. And in one of the Psalms, King David says, "In the shadow of your wings there is my hope, dear Lord." And he sent me the angels, real angels, Professor Sergei and Elena with the real wings.
And while Mitzi was almost carried away by the angels, I was preparing for a trip to Italy to travel along the Via Appia Antica, starting from Capua in southern Italy near Naples. This was the splendid idea of a former colleague, Guntram, and unfortunately we couldn't carry out this plan because of the pandemic which spread in the northern part of Italy and reached Montenegro. Our last action just before the lockdown was actually a dinner in honor of Vanya's Angels, her two ballet dancers from Russia. And after that, we were totally confined to our apartment for almost 3 weeks.
Yeah, and my reaction was like, I took my pants and scarf with military print. I grabbed the partitura of Ludwig van Beethoven, and I addressed to my kids, to my pupils, telling them that, these are the things which could happen in our civilization, which is bringing to us always something, and the most important thing is that we have to find a way how to keep progressing and how to improve our knowledge. And of course the gala has been cancelled, as well our trips to Georgia, to China, to Bulgaria, but I continue to work with my professor's angels, sending to the kids a beautiful video lectures, and we continue it through all this March, April, May, June.
And while we were confined to our apartment, I started actually having gymnastics exercises with Vanya's angels, Sergei and Elena, on our terrace. This became a daily practice, and they really chased me around, but at the same time we could enjoy the beautiful view from our terrace on the 7th floor on the snow-capped mountains of Montenegro, and it kept me really fit. So
and in the end of the era of quarantine, the Montenegro became a first corona-free country. And that was the moment when we decided to make a big party, 19th of June, and we invited our friends with a live music and a beautiful atmosphere.
Vanya and I, we were eventually so impressed by the talent and the work of Sergei and Elena, they're ballet dancers from Russia, that we decided actually to prolong their stay and eventually hire them for Vanya's ballet school. End of June, Podgorica, known as frying pan of the Western Balkans, became so hot that I decided to go to Germany. I spent 3 months in my hometown in Augsburg and doing 2 excursions actually with my former colleague from the United Arab Emirates, Hafsa, who is now representing her country in Berlin. We went to Regensburg, to the Walhalla, and to Berlin, to the Elbsandsteingebirge. And I did a lot of wonderful hikes with my friends Martin, Wolfgang and Jörgi in the Austrian and Bavarian Alps, while my Mitzi was staying at home. And I was waiting for her to come to Augsburg as well, which was very difficult because of the corona regulations in force in Germany.
I want to correct you, because my position has been improved from the Mitzi to a ferry, and that was really something very special in my life, because all this 2020 was a year full of some kind of big surprises. I continued to work, while I was waiting to go to Germany. I was continuing to work with my Professor Angels. We did a fabulous video promotion for National Touristic Organization, for National Museum of Montenegro, and other videos which we sent to the kids, keeping them up in the optimism and a spirit of progress. So it was really a year of fairy tale. Then the Angels decided to stay in Montenegro. After all their work all around the world and spending 26 years in Washington Ballet, they chose this beautiful country to stay. And even more, they bought an apartment in Bar, in the city where my school started 20 years ago.
End of September, returned from Augsburg to Podgorica, and in the very last moment, Guntram made a very quick decision to accompany me to Montenegro, and I think he did not regret it. The beautiful landscape of Montenegro entices really everybody.
And as soon as Herr Fischer arrived to Montenegro, he bought a beautiful space for ballet school Princesa Xenia in Bar.
For weeks, Vanya was preparing actually for the inauguration of the new rooms of her school in Bar, and she was so enthusiastic and so excited that sometimes I had difficulties to calm her down and remind her that in times of Corona we cannot invite actually God and the world to such an inauguration. Eventually, it was a very beautiful ceremony with an excellent pianist, a very good singer, with her ballerinas, with Sergei and Elena performing, and with their son Danica singing Stille Nacht. It was a very dignified and beautiful inauguration of the beautiful space she has now in Bar for her ballet school.
Thanks to you, Pius. Thank you so very much. And now, dear friends, we are surrounded with flowers, presents from our friends. We had these 4 days of celebration. 21st of December was my birthday, and then 22nd is school celebration, and then 23rd Pius has his birthday, and then 24th my son has his birthday, and then 25th we had a Christmas, and then it is coming like a grand finale. We have a very, very special guest coming to us to spend New Year's holidays. Our dear Hafsa Al-Ulama is coming, and to step into a new 2021 with her and to make a new step with her, I mean, it's a really privilege.
Dear friends, to make a long story short, I wish you all actually a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year 2021.
Yeah, the great conjunction of planet Jupiter and Saturn form a beautiful, miraculous moment in our sky with the star of Bethlehem, 21st of December, announcing the heir of Aquarius. I decided to establish a new company, Global Warming Human Relations. We have to stay together, happy and healthy. Okay.